Alright, so it's the end of the fall festival for the Midwest Preparedness project. I spent the last 3 nights in my hammock back here, and it's time to pack up. Everything over here is more or less what I would have needed for the 3 days, except for food. That stuff I kept in the cooler in my truck, but pretty much everything else I carried over here. So I'm gonna pack up, probably gonna do some voiceover, and you guys can just see how it is, sort of how I had it set up. I couldn't shoot a video of that because it was dark by the time I got out here, but you can see how it tears down, how quickly we can get this thing up and going. So here it goes. You can start the timer right now. So I'm finally getting around to recording this. It's almost December. I put out a couple of shorts on how I'd put this tarp up using some sticks, a couple of knots I picked up in the Boy Scouts, and then that ridgeline system that Dave Canterbury likes and a few other people. So it got kind of cold on this camp out, down to around 40. So I ended up in the entire military sleeping system minus the bivy sack, I guess. So the patrol bag and the intermediate cold bag. I do not remember if I used the poncho liner, but I did, like I showed in one of the other videos, I hung that right above my head. So whatever the next layer was, because it gets cold as the night goes on, whatever the next layer is, I would hang that right above my head on the hammock. So if I got cold, I could just reach up, grab it, pull it over me, get warm, and go back to sleep. And this hammocking thing seems pretty badass. There are some challenges with keeping warm. I used a wool blanket as an underquilt, and that actually helped out a ton between that and the Thermarest Z-Lite pad that I also had in there. Didn't get too cold. My shoulders got a little bit cold because they were touching the hammock where the blanket wasn't touching. But other than that, it was great. And actually, the first night especially, I slept better than I sleep at home. It was fantastic. So something I definitely should have done but didn't do until the Self-Reliance Festival, the weekend following this, was I would take stuff out and just kind of set it down and leave it there. So I had a bunch of stuff just kind of out. The next time out, I specifically made an effort that if I was not actively using something, it would go back in the bag. So if at some point I need to get up, grab my shit, and leave, I don't have a fucking yard sale's worth of shit that I gotta stuff back in the bag. I can maybe grab 1 or 2 things, close everything up, and get going. Hey, don't forget, rule number 1. So this H harness I just put on, I've got a handful of videos about it. It's the Eagle Industries H harness with 2 saw pouches, 2 Canteen general purpose pouches, 2 Rallyman magazine pouches from Special Operations Equipment, also the SOE butt pack, and the military issue hydro carrier. It's like the words on the screen say. When I threw my pack up there, the frame was resting right on the butt pack, which is full of shit. I mean, not like shit, but you know what I mean. You know, the thing. So the frame's sitting on the butt pack, and it's pushed it up far enough that the frame is actually resting on that ball right where your neck and your shoulders meet, and it kind of sucks. So I got to figure out something better for that. $18 minutes. Not too bad. Thanks for watching.